just like to thank you for coming down to Queen Mary University. I think just as a British Pakistani Muslim, living in this country, the whole media, everything we see, we only see negative things in the news. So as a British Pakistani, what's the best thing for us to do to help the country that won't hopefully end up in some sort of corrupt kind of government?
Well, the British Pakistanis could first of all join Tehreek Insaf. That's the first thing.
I'm already a member.
And also, I would really, what I would like is that people from here would stand as candidates for our party, because we want young people to come forward. In Pakistan, change can only come with young people like you. Not only you get involved in the political party, but also actually stand as candidates. Because young candidates is what we want. We want the passion of the youth. And that is what's going to bring change in Pakistan.
Assalamu alaikum. Imran bhai, aapse kuch puchna nahi hai. I only want to say, Imran Khan, you rock.
मैं आपको बताऊं, मैं भी आज मेरी जो हमारी ख्वातीन है पार्टी के अंदर, उन्होंने मुझे बड़ा तरकीब की कि तुम्हें क्या रॉकर के कपड़े। मैं उनको असलियत ये बताना चाहता था कि मैं अपनी पेटी भूल गया था, तो अगर मैं सूट पहनता हुआ सारा वक्त ऊपर खींच रहा था, इसलिए मैंने जानती नहीं।
But I want to ask a question, as you mentioned, how to, I want to ask a question. You said none of the people in the Pakistan, they are not paying the taxes yet. But we are following the constitution of Pakistan since 1973. Every government comes, they change the constitution according to their requirement, And there is none of the resolution passed in Pakistan history for the dual citizenship. If you pass the resolution in Pakistan, if any people, if they want the government, they will not opt the dual citizenship, then this phenomenon comes that the Zardari will not bring their asset in other countries, and nobody can bring the asset to other country because they know they have to live in this country, they have to spend their life in this country. So please pass the resolution in the constitution that dual citizenship should be removed in the Pakistan history.
Now, actually, let me just say, what should happen? The law in Pakistan should be that no one should be able to contest elections unless he's declared his assets, unless he has declared the amount of tax he's paid, unless he's declared his source of income, please listen, and unless all his assets and bank balances are in the country. No one should be allowed to contest elections. Because you cannot have people like Shaukat Aziz who come in with a briefcase and then leave with a briefcase with a lot of money, living happily in London. And then another lot, waiting to, the moment things get hot in Pakistan, they can all take off here again. Look, this is a conflict of interest. The moment, and not many of you understand this, but please listen. The overseas Pakistanis send through remittances $9 billion to Pakistan every year. Overseas Pakistanis. Most of these people are workers who work 14 hours a day to send this money back home, on which Pakistan is sustained. And guess what? The Pakistani corrupt elite sends through Hawala, sends $9 billion out of Pakistan through Hawala. So imagine what they're doing. You understand the extent of the crime. When they buy dollars from the market and send it through Hawala, what happens? The rupee falls. So rupee has fallen from 60 rupees to 86 rupees to $1 in 2 years. Each time 1 rupee falls relative to the dollar, we accumulate a debt of 50 billion rupees, which is paid by the taxpayers. So here are these people whose assets are abroad. The moment they send their money, pressure on the rupee falls, They make money. People in Pakistan get poorer, they get richer. This is a conflict of interest. You should not, no politician should be allowed to fight, contest elections until his assets and bank balances are in Pakistan.
Mr. Imran Khan, you consider yourself a man of the masses. I'd like to ask you about the recent comment you made about Bab and Kodi, considering that many people in Pakistan might not be as fair as you. I wonder if you differentiate between your political opponents and yourself based on skin color.
But why do you think that this was a racist comment? How was it? Only he was saying that I was the father of a girl because my picture resembled to someone. So I said, if your picture resembles to someone, how is that a racist comment? It's not at all. Because that, unfortunately, that's what, they will find a lot of bubble warriors. Muhammad Ali was one of the best looking sportsmen of all time. What does that mean? I mean, it doesn't mean that if someone comes from Africa, he's not good looking. So it was just a factual comment because of comparing, he was comparing with someone, I compared it with someone, but it wasn't a racist comment. It was a joke anyway. Go on.
Sorry, you've talked many times about implementing a Western-style democracy. What exactly do you mean by Western-style democracy? Because as a Muslim, I see it that sovereignty lies with Allah, and I would see it that freedom of people to legislate would not be compatible with Islam. So if your party was to come to power, would you implement Islamic law? And secondly, if your party was to come to power, what would you do to resolve the Kashmir issue? And would you back a revolution like people like Israr Ahmed and Zaid Hamid are calling for? Non-violent revolution? Or do you think that you need to go through the political process to establish change in Pakistan?
Look, the objective resolution on Pakistan clearly states it's part of the constitution. It clearly states that sovereignty belongs to Allah, and it clearly states, that Pakistan should be an Islamic welfare state. This is part of the constitution, and no law can be passed against the Quran and the Sunnah. This is part of our constitution. So you don't.
Interest is still running on.
That's true. But that's against. But that's wrong. What I'm saying is that. It's very clear, the constitution of Pakistan. If people don't, which part of constitution has been implemented? You tell me. Everything is violated in Pakistan. But if you go according to the constitution, it's very clear.
The constitution is the Quran, Sunnah, not the constitution made in 1933.
Yes, but look, hold on. Let's get one thing right. Look, I am not an Islamic scholar. I can only go by what the constitution of Pakistan, which I believe in, which everyone has endorsed so far, I can go along with that. What I believe, and my greatest inspiration is the great Iqbal. And Iqbal, what I have understood from Iqbal is that Pakistan, what he talked about, spiritual democracy, is for me a state which has compassion, so it's a welfare state. Number two, which has justice, where all human beings are equal before law. And number three, that is a sovereign country, not, as clearly said, a stooge of some superpower. So that's how, and then let an elected parliament decide what laws through ijtihad should be implemented. Allow democracy to function, and Iqbal believed in democracy. So anyway, I believe that the collective wisdom of people, let them decide. But I'm not going to give any slogans, things that I don't understand, by saying, let's remove interest. I completely agree with you. Interest has destroyed people in our country. Factories have closed because they can't pay. Pakistan has 17-18% interest. How can you even set up an industry? But since I do not have an alternative system, I'm not coming up with that. And let's hope that it develops. We can develop that, and then we can present it. Go on.
Okay.